So there's a ton of people right now leaving the door-to-door sales space for the life insurance or the remote sales space, right? And I don't think there's any huge secret as to why nobody wants to do door-to-door the rest of their lives. The virtual sales space in life insurance is a bigger overall industry, so it's a little bit more scalable, right? Your recruiting pool is a little bit bigger. There's more people willing to sell life insurance or make phone calls than there are willing to go travel to a crappy Airbnb, do summers, and knock on doors, right? Door to door, you kind of got to be a special breed. And it's coming from somebody who did it. I have a lot of love for the industry, but a lot of people leaving it right now. And just a warning for the guys that do. And first off, I do think door to door is some of the best sales training. That's why I specifically like to work with people who are trying to transition over to life insurance from door to door, because you already know how to overcome objections. You know how to work hard, right? All the intangible skills you learn in door to door translate over pretty well to life insurance, right? I came in doing pretty good because of my, door to door experience. However, still a new industry, still a lot to learn, right? But my warning is, the biggest thing people don't realize is that in door to door, you are forced to work. And what I mean by that is you're either traveling to a new city where you don't really know anybody and there's nothing else for you to do anyways. So you're either on a blitz trip or you're doing a summer where you're traveling. And that's what I did, right? I did blitz trips every month. I was already leaving my friends and family and my girl, right? It's like, I'm already out here. Why would I not grind as hard as possible? Like what else am I gonna do? Just sit in my car? I might as well try to make as much money as possible while I'm out here. Or if you're in door to door, you also could be dropped off in a neighborhood. Same thing. It's like, what are you gonna do? Sit on a curb? You might as well go knock on doors and try to make money, right? So in door to door, you're forced to work. But in life insurance, you have to be a lot more disciplined and accountable with your schedule. Nobody's forcing you to do shit. You're either working from an office. Well, I guess you kind of, are in that way. But if you're working, most people are working from home. So if you're working from home or you're working from an office, you're still in your city. You're where you live. You're not traveling. So you're not forced to work as much. So if you plan on coming over to this space, be ready to be a lot more dedicated and consistent with your schedule. And it's all on you. Nobody's going to sit there and be looking over your shoulder or tracking your steps, making sure you're knocking on doors.